Hi guys, so today I want to show you some hidden gems located in Hidaka, Japan. So Hidaka is located in Hyogo Prefecture, and it is it's quite a rural area filled with mountains and rice fields and stuff like that. But today I want to show you some places that I've discovered that I don't think a lot of tourists know about. Um, so yeah, let's get started. So the first place that I'm going to take you to is a little shrine, which is located near the Maruyamagawa River. And yeah, let's get started. So it's a beautiful day today, especially for unusual for mid-January. So anyways, you can see like a little lake here. Yeah, quite beautiful, and you can see some ducks and stuff. Anyways, let's see what we can find. Oh, and hunting is prohibited in Hyogo Prefecture. But I have seen skinned animals, you know, as I go on hikes around here, of rabbits and foxes and stuff. So I guess people still do hunting, even though it's illegal in the Hyogo Prefecture, I guess. But it's interesting because I've seen a lot of farmers. There's a lot of boars in rural areas of Japan. So a lot of farmers, they have cages where they trap them, and I even know some farmers that have them as pets. So they keep them as pets, and they raise them and stuff like that. And it's interesting, I guess. Yeah, living in the rural area of Japan, there's really not much to do except, venture out in nature, go on hikes, you know, stuff like that. There's practically no nightlife here, right? So it's a different lifestyle that you have to adapt to when you live here. And it's very peaceful. I really enjoy the peace and tranquility that I get when I expose myself outside in nature in Japan. It's really nice. Very slow-paced life, right? Which I feel like a lot of us are missing in our lives. Everyone lives a very fast-paced lifestyle, right? So yeah, I'll show you more. Yeah, it's kind of like an emerald green colored lake. It's nice. And I have seen people fish here too. And I have personally fished here as well once. But didn't catch anything. I think there's salmon and like trout in these waters. It's like 12, 13 degrees. Feels like 15 degrees. And as you can see here, you see like the netting that they put here. I think it's to prevent like, rock slides and stuff like that. Rocks from crumbling down and hitting someone. I think it also forces the trees and the to grow a certain angle so they don't like block the path when they grow out. Anyways, that's just my opinion. Yeah, it's a well-made path. to where we're gonna go to. So, and it's yeah, I feel like a lot of people just don't know about this place. So even the foreigners that live are in this area, I feel like I don't think many people have ventured here. And it's funny because I discovered this with another foreigner of mine, friend of mine. We were going for a jog and a run, right? And then we just randomly discovered this place. And it's like, oh wow, this is a great place to go for a run. You know, you got a view of the lake. It's a well-maintained path. And yeah. Oh, look at that, eh? Show you more of the view. I probably would not attempt this hike, or I probably wouldn't even go here in the winter time, just because I feel like I'll slip or something like that, or hurt myself and no one would know about it. But then again, it would be a nice hike as well to do in the winter. What the? Oh my god. You're like buzzing around me. Hopefully it's not a bee. Japanese yellow jackets, like the Japanese hornets, man, they're like huge. So you have to be very careful because they are venomous as well too. They're toxic. Wow, so peaceful, right? Anyways, let's keep going. Yeah, so we are almost there. The place that I want to show you. And you know, these types of places that a lot of people don't know about in Japan, there's many of them. So this is, you know, you're not really missing out even if you don't come here. There's always other hidden gems out there in Japan. It's telling you not to throw your garbage here. Okay, so this is where I wanted to take you guys, up here to this shrine. Okay, now let's go. I remember when I came here last time I came here with my buddy, we were coming down the stairs and I slipped. And thank God I grabbed my buddy's arm. Practically saved me from a trip to the hospital because that would have been a bad fall. So this is where you know, people come here to wash their hands. You use this little ladle thing, put it on your hands, and all the water's, it's all fresh water, right? And I think you can drink it. It's drinkable. It comes from the mountains. It's not a little shrine or something to pray. yeah, quite a long flight of stairs that you gotta take. But, you know, you gotta get that exercise in. Gotta get those steps in. Yeah. Oh, that one's locked up. Okay, we are here. That's interesting. Those are gates. I've never seen something like that where there's a bunch of short little gates leading up to the shrine where to pray. It's interesting. Except in Fushimi Inari in Kyoto. Yeah. Very peaceful. No one's around. There's still a bit of snow. Yeah. And that is the first hidden gem of Hidaka that I wanted to show you. So let's move on to the next place. Made it to the second point of interest that I wanted to take. So before we go up these stairs, let's check out the view. So it's kind of, we're pretty elevated, so we're on a mountain. Okay, let's go. Check it out. I love the fact that almost every temple that you go to has a flight of stairs, and I feel like, you know, it's like something you earn when you get to the top. It's like a feeling of accomplishment once you get to the top. What I like about this particular temple are all of the little details that it has. So it has the little stone steps that you have to take, and the little red banners that are on these statues, which I find to be interesting. Okay, so let's explore a little bit more. It's a little place where you can smoke. Gotta watch her step. Watch her head when we go in. With the snow and the combination of the plants and trees, it gives a nice ambiance. We have found Saku Shrine. There it is. So it's a little hard to get to. But we made it. So why do I say this is a hidden gem in Hidaka? Because it's kind of hidden away within like the houses of this area, so it's not very obvious or easy to get to. That's why I say it's a hidden gem of Hidaka. It's a nice place to just chill out. It's very quiet. So as you can see, the staircase to the top is unmaintained, but we're gonna climb it anyways. So let's go. So I gotta be careful I don't slip, because I think it rained the previous day, yeah, I don't want to injure myself. So let's be careful. So first, I'd like to apologize for the heavy breathing that you will hear in this particular clip. I immediately started recording when I got to the top. So yeah, just try to ignore it as much as you can and enjoy the ambiance. Just a little reminder to look back down or where I need to go back to. And yep, the potential danger of coming back down. And at this shrine, Saku Shrine, there's also another flight of stairs, like stone steps that you can take that'll take you even higher to the top of the mountain. And you have to be a little careful here too, because you might trip and fall if you're not careful with all the roots sticking out and the stones. And once you get to the top, you will be rewarded with like a little, another little tiny little shrine, um, which is pretty cool. So this particular shrine isn't too large. It doesn't have a long flight of stairs to the top. It's not located in the middle of a forest. There aren't a lot of details, but that's what makes it unique, and that's why I recommend it, because it's so simplistic, and it's kind of like in an open setting. So you have the view of the rice fields and the mountains, and you can see the farmers working on their fields, and I kind of like that simplicity, and that's why I recommend you visit this place. So this is the entrance of the shrine, and it's right next to the rice field. So I feel like a lot of the locals come here to pray, and worship and stuff like that. So it's interesting to check out. The next hidden gem in Hidaka that I want to show you is Manba Shrine. And we are here at the location. You can see it up there. Yeah, so let's check it out together. So what I find particularly interesting about this shrine is the fact that the entrance is located like in the middle of like the of the houses. So you kind of have to like walk through, and you're exposed to all the beautiful. A lot of them are abandoned houses, and then you get access to the entrance. And it's interesting because like the stairs are not straight up, like it's kind of like a zigzag to get to the top. And once you get to the top, you actually have an amazing view of the valley. So you use this water that comes from the mountain to wash your hands or to basically purify yourself before you go up.
So aside from the peace and tranquility that you get from coming here at this shrine, you also get an amazing view of the valley and the Japanese houses and the forest and the mountains. So it's well worth coming here.
The next shrine that I want to show you is called Yaegaki Shrine, which is about a 2-minute drive away from Manba Shrine, which I just showed you previously. And it's just as beautiful. So let's check it out. Here we go. So I believe that's a sign that tells you the direction of where to go to get to Yaegaki.
So this shrine is also located on top of a mountain. So you are also again rewarded with amazing view of the village and the hills of the mountains and stuff. Okay, so let's check out this little hut that's on at the base of the shrine. And inside, I think people use it, to start a fire and hang out. And there you can see some tongs there. Um, so someone's built this, and I could imagine it must be pretty warm in there. If you start a fire and. And the final recommended place to visit if you come to Hidaka is Kanonji Temple. This is actually one of my favorite temples just because of the long flight of stairs that you have to climb to get to the top, as well as the wonderful views that you get of the surrounding area. And on the right, you can see someone is growing what looks to be like cabbage or some other vegetables. This is a very quiet area, and it's really, really peaceful and tranquil, just like all the other temples and shrines that I've introduced you to. What I really like about this temple is this bell, which makes it very unique compared to the other temples and shrines around this area. And in terms of when it was built, I am not quite sure, but as you can tell, it looks really, really old. But it's really cool to see. So this entire area apparently is very similar to Kiyomizu-dera in Kyoto, which is a very famous temple in Kyoto. So if you've been there before and you come to this place, you may notice some similarities in terms of the grounds, the structure of the grounds, and maybe the different structures of the buildings. Okay, so we have another flight of stairs to go up to. Let's see what we can find. This looks to be abandoned. I don't think anyone lives in this house on the right, and I think it's just used to store equipment or stuff like that for the volunteers that come to this temple and maintain it, and for the different ceremonies that happen. Um, I am not going to step my foot inside because it just seems very old and dangerous, and I don't want to break anything. But I can just show you from the outside what it looks like. So wow, we are lucky today. We can see some cute little shrine cats. That's one black one over there. It seems very shy, curious, of course, but uh, I don't know. I feel like if I get too close, it'll like attack me or something.
And that is it for the recommended temples and shrines that you should check out if you come to Hidaka, Japan. I hope that one day you have the opportunity to check out at least one or two of these places if you're passed by the area. So you can truly experience the peace and tranquility and the uniqueness of these shrines and temples and the beauty of the countryside of Hidaka, Japan. All of the temples and shrines in this video, the links of their address or where they are, I'll post them in the description. Anyways, take care.